Let's be real. Most men will never see the truth hidden behind the smiles, the laughter, and the way she looks at you when she thinks you're not watching. There's a quiet language in her gestures, a secret code that women carry in their hearts. And if you miss it, you'll keep wondering why she acts distant, why she teases, why she pulls away just when you think she's close. Some men mistake disinterest for independence and desire for manipulation. But the reality is far more subtle and far more revealing. Women don't always wear their hearts on their sleeves. Sometimes the most intense love is the love they try the hardest to hide. And that's exactly what you're about to learn. Here's the first sign. She tests you, not with obvious challenges, not with games you can easily spot, but with small, almost invisible situations. A lingering silence when you're supposed to call her. A delayed text that doesn't seem important. But in that delay, she's watching, seeing if you'll chase, if you'll notice, if you care enough to close the gap. This isn't cruelty, it's curiosity. She's measuring your consistency, your patience, and your ability to value her when the world doesn't demand it. A woman who loves secretly will test the boundaries without ever revealing her hand. And most men fail this test without even knowing it. They respond with irritation, confusion, or worse, they pull back. Then there's her attention. You might notice it in moments so small you dismiss them. The way she remembers the tiniest detail about a story you once told. The way she casually touches your arm and pulls back like it was nothing. She notices what you don't even remember you said. And it's not for validation. It's because she's emotionally invested, even when her words deny it. Men often confuse this subtlety for friendliness, but look closer. The attention lingers. Her mind goes back to you even when she acts indifferent, even when she doesn't say it out loud. That's a signal most men overlook because they expect love to announce itself loudly. Flowers, gifts, confessions. But real love, hidden love, is patient. And here's the part that hits hardest. She protects you. Maybe it's from herself. Maybe it's from others. But a woman secretly in love will shield your reputation, your feelings, your ego, without calling attention to it. She'll hide her concern in jokes, in teasing, in I'm fine moments. It's subtle. It's invisible. And if you can't read it, you'll think she's careless or distant. But every gesture, every glance is a carefully coded message to you, if you have the patience to see it. Finally, in this first glimpse into her secret love, notice the contradictions. She'll pull away and push closer. She'll laugh and cry within the same hour. These aren't signs of confusion. They're signs of conflict, of a heart wrestling with the fear of revealing what it feels. She doesn't want to admit it, not even to herself sometimes. And if you can learn to read the pauses between her actions, the spaces between her words, you'll start seeing the truth men rarely grasp. She's quietly giving herself to you in ways you can only recognize if you're paying attention. The moment a woman tries to hide her love, she doesn't stop feeling it. She only becomes harder to read. Every glance she throws, every subtle shift in her tone is a puzzle she expects you to solve. And most men walk right past it, blind to the signals hiding in plain sight. But if you learn to notice them, you'll understand a truth most guys never grasp. The things she doesn't say are louder than the things she does. Take the way she talks about other men. Most men would see jealousy and dismiss it as insecurity. But in secret love, it's strategic. She's observing your reaction, watching your focus, and sometimes unconsciously showing the depth of her attachment. She's letting you see that your presence matters more than anyone else's, even if her words pretend otherwise. She might laugh when someone compliments you or casually mentions someone else's success. These aren't random remarks. They're her quiet way of seeing if you notice, if you care, if you respond in ways that show you understand her heart without her needing to confess it. Then there's the timing of her contact. A woman secretly in love will reach out at odd hours, in quick moments when the world is quiet or when she knows your guard is down. It's never fully consistent, never totally predictable, because predictability would expose her vulnerability. She's testing the waters, seeing if your presence matters more than convenience. The messages may seem casual, but they're loaded with intention. And if you respond without recognizing the subtle tension behind them, you miss the pulse of her hidden desire completely. Notice her energy around you, too. When she's near, the room feels different. Her laughter is sharper, her smiles last longer, and even when she's trying to act indifferent, her body betrays her, leaning in closer when she thinks you're not paying attention, mirroring your gestures without thinking, or fixing little things around you she never even mentions. These are all coded expressions of care and attachment. Men often dismiss them as coincidence or politeness, but they're deliberate, even if she doesn't fully realize it herself. And here's the cruelest part. She will confuse you. She will pull back when she wants you to lean in. She will challenge you when she wants to see if you can hold your ground. And she will sometimes act distant simply to see if you notice the absence of her attention. This isn't manipulation, it's instinct. Women hide their love because revealing it makes them vulnerable. The stronger her emotions, the more she hides. And the more you care, the more you must learn to read between the lines. Finally, the quietest, most overlooked sign is her memory. Every word you say, every small detail about your life is stored. She may deny remembering, she may pretend it doesn't matter, but she carries it with her. And when she brings it up later, gently, you'll see the depth of her emotional investment. Men often think love requires bold declarations, but the woman who loves secretly shows it in ways that are invisible to everyone except the one she truly trusts to see them. Most men think love announces itself through words or grand gestures, but when a woman hides her feelings, it's her body that speaks louder than any confession. Every shift in posture, every glance that lingers a fraction too long, every tiny expression she assumes you won't notice. It's her silent language of desire. And if you can't read it, you'll keep walking blind while she's pouring herself into the spaces just outside your attention. Start with her eyes. The eyes are a window, but in secret love, they're a vault. She won't stare openly, but you'll catch those brief stolen moments when she looks away quickly, or when her gaze drifts toward you while pretending it's not. Watch for the sparkle in her pupils, the subtle lift in her cheeks, the way she smiles most without meaning to when your eyes meet hers. These are not accidents, they are unintentional admissions of feeling, signals she's giving while trying to stay hidden. Then notice proximity. She'll create excuses to be near you, to brush against your arm, to sit close, or to stay in your space longer than she needs to. She doesn't announce it. She doesn't explain it, but her body instinctively closes the gap. And when she steps back, that too is meaningful. It's her way of controlling the intensity of her exposure, testing whether you notice the distance she's forcing herself to keep. Men often misread these shifts as normal social behavior, but they're loaded with emotional weight. Touch is another hidden sign. The casual brush of her hand, a quick tap on your shoulder, or a playful push. It's her way of connecting without admitting attachment. Men dismiss it as flirtation or coincidence, but it's a physical breadcrumb trail leading to the truth of her feelings. Every touch she allows is a choice. And in secret love, each choice carries more significance than she can express in words. Pay attention to the way she reacts to your moods. Women who love quietly are finely tuned to subtle changes in your tone, your energy, or your expression. She will unconsciously mirror your emotions, shift her gestures to match your vibe, or adjust her voice to calm you or fire you up, all while acting casual. This is not manipulation. It's empathy amplified by love. And if you don't see it, you miss a powerful connection she's willing to risk silently just to stay close to you. Finally, watch her nervous habits. The way she fidgets when you compliment her, the small bite of her lip, the automatic playing with her hair. These are involuntary signs of emotional vulnerability. She's trying to hide the intensity of her feelings, yet her body gives her away. Every small gesture, every fleeting glance, every subtle action is part of a code she assumes you won't decode. But if you can recognize it, If you can read it, you'll see what most men never do. A woman who loves deeply, fiercely, and quietly, hiding it behind every carefully measured move. The words a woman uses when she's secretly in love are often the opposite of what she feels. Men expect honesty, clarity, and direct confession. But women hiding love operate in a world of nuance, subtlety, and contradictions. Her language is a maze, and most men get lost inside it, mistaking teasing for disinterest, sarcasm for apathy, or silence for rejection. But if you listen carefully, you'll hear the truth buried between the lines. Notice what she chooses to share and what she doesn't. She'll tell you simple details about her day, the boring moments she went through, even things that seem pointless. Men often think, why is she talking so much about nothing? But these are breadcrumbs. Every small thing she shares is a way to let you into her inner world without exposing the full depth of her emotions. She quietly trusts you with her private universe, even if her words claim otherwise. Then there's the teasing. Most men hear her jokes, her sarcastic comments, or her playful criticism and dismiss it as casual banter. But in secret love, teasing is both a shield and a signal. It's a way to provoke a reaction from you, to see if you notice the energy under her words. When she teases you, pay attention not just to what she says, but how she says it. Her tone, her pauses, the glimmer in her eyes. Those moments reveal more than a direct confession ever could. Listen for contradictions. She might act distant one moment, then intensely engage the next. She may act annoyed, but then remember something important about you or defend you in a conversation with others. These contradictions are not confused, ion. They're the emotional push and pull of someone trying to hide what they feel. The stronger her love, the more she will swing between revealing it and covering it up. And if you can understand the rhythm of these contradictions, you'll start to read the hidden language of her heart. Notice how she reacts to your presence. Does her voice soften when you're near? Does she laugh more easily at your jokes than at anyone else's? Does she remember things you casually mentioned weeks ago? Men dismiss these signs as coincidence or politeness, but they're intentional even if they're unconscious. Her words, her tone, her choice of topics all carry hidden weight. She's speaking in a code she hopes you'll figure out. One that reveals more than any obvious declaration ever could. Finally, pay attention to the silences. Sometimes what she doesn't say is the most powerful signal of all. She might avoid certain topics, hold back her real feelings, or let a pause hang just long enough to see how you respond. In those silences, she's showing her love without ever naming it. Most men fill the gaps with assumptions of disinterest. But if you can sit in those moments, watch, and really listen, you'll hear the truth. Loves you in ways she can't and won't say out loud. When a woman hides her love, her emotions become a battlefield. Every smile, every tear, every hesitation is loaded with meaning. And most men never learn to read it. She's fighting an inner war between desire and fear. The fear of vulnerability, the fear of rejection, the fear of giving herself fully and having it ignored. And in that conflict, she leaves subtle markers for the man who's paying attention. Clues only visible to someone who takes the time to really understand female psychology. Watch how she reacts to your moods. A woman secretly in love absorbs your emotional energy without even knowing it. If you are happy, she smiles wider, laughs longer, leans in more. If you're upset, her whole energy changes. She softens. She hesitates. She looks for ways to ease your tension without making a big deal out of it. Men often dismiss this as empathy or politeness, but it's much deeper. She's emotionally tied to you, reacting instinctively because she cares more than she admits. Her love hides in the subtle patterns of her reactions, in ways you can only notice if you're truly observant. Notice how she handles conflict with you. She won't usually push aggressively. She won't shout or try to dominate. Instead, she softens her words, chooses carefully. When to argue, and often swallows her own frustration to avoid risking your connection. This isn't weakness. It's love disguised as restraint. She's afraid that showing her full emotional fire might expose the depth of her feelings, and she's protecting herself while still staying close. Most men misread this as passivity or indifference, but in reality, it's a shield hiding passion. Pay attention to her acts of service, even the invisible ones. She might do little things for you. Remember your coffee order, fix something you didn't notice was broken, or offer help when you never asked. She doesn't announce it. She doesn't look for applause. But these actions carry a message. She's invested, she's here, she cares. Men often expect huge gestures, but love that is hidden lives in small, steady patterns. Noticing these actions is seeing what everyone else misses. Finally, look at how she moves through vulnerability. She will let you in just a little at a time. Maybe she shares a fear, a doubt, or a moment of insecurity, but never everything at once. Every revelation is a calculated risk, a test of your trustworthiness and your response. And when she hesitates, when she pulls back for a moment, it isn't rejection, it's protection. He's weighing your reactions, silently asking herself if you're worthy of knowing the full extent of her feelings. Understand this. Hidden love is a paradox. The closer she is emotionally, the more she may look distant. The deeper her affection, the more she'll guard it. Every pause, every gesture, every reaction is part of a coded pattern she hopes you can recognize. And if you truly see the subtle signals in her behavior, you'll witness a depth of feeling most men spend a lifetime searching for and never find. By the time you reach this point, you should see that a woman's hidden love isn't actually silent. It's everywhere, woven into the smallest details she thinks you won't notice. The gestures, the glances, the pauses, even the contradictions, they all point to one undeniable truth. She cares more than she admits. And if you can read her subtle patterns, you'll see what most men never do. The depth of a love that lives beneath the surface, waiting to be recognized. Start with consistency. Even when she acts distant or playful, there's a thread that never breaks, an unconscious rhythm that ties her attention to you. She checks in. She remembers. She quietly engages, even when life pulls her in 100 directions. These are not random habits. They are deep markers of attachment. Men often focus on the surface, the missed calls, the delayed texts, the teasing. But look underneath. Consistency in hidden love is quiet and invisible, yet impossible to ignore once you know where to look. Next, observe her protective instincts. She might never say it out loud, but she shields you emotionally, socially, even mentally. She might defend you to friends, cover small mistakes, or choose her words carefully to avoid hurting you. These are subtle signs of deep care. Most men confuse protection with distance, assuming she's indifferent. But when you understand double, what's really going on, you'll see it clearly. Her love shows up in the way she protects you, even from herself. Then there's the unconscious mirroring. She copies your gestures, laughs at your jokes, even when they're not that funny, and quietly reflects your mood without realizing it. This is not coincidence. It's her mind and body connecting to yours, creating harmony on a level deeper than words. Men rarely notice because they're focused on what she says, not what she does. But this mirroring is a powerful signal of emotional investment. It's a quiet rhythm that reveals the love she tries to hide. Pay attention to timing and proximity. She will appear in your life at key moments, show up when you least expect it, or create small chances to be near you. Even when she acts casual, these moments are carefully shaped by her hidden desires. Men see them as coincidence. Women feel them as opportunities to connect without admitting the depth of their feelings. Finally, here's the ultimate truth. Her emotions leak through tiny moments. A glance that lingers too long, a pause before she answers, a subtle nervous habit when she's near you. They are all signs of hidden love. She may never say it outright. She may never act in ways that are obvious to everyone. But the signals are there, waiting for a man who is willing to really watch, to read the invisible language of her heart, and to recognize that the love she hides is far stronger than the love she shows. Now, here's a question only you can answer. If her subtle signals are 70% of the truth and her words are 30%, how much love is she really showing you? Write your answer in the comments below. And if this opened your eyes, subscribe and share this video with a friend who needs to hear it.